Hello, 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 and happy Thursday. Some people call it Throwback Thursday. Today I'm coming to you with Transformational Thursday. That's my new take on Thursday. So, as you can see in the title notes, today's topic is transformation through gratitude. What do you get out of it, right? Out of being grateful. Being grateful is so important for us to have that amazing life that we've always known is possible for us, because being grateful for what you have right now focuses you on the present and on the positive things. So it's essential for our emotional well-being to achieve self-awareness around our emotions so that we make better decisions in how we respond when we're triggered based on how we're feeling. Now, achieving self-awareness means taking time to really getting to know who you are, being open to change because change is inevitable, and embracing that pivoting may be part of the process. In fact, it's a part of the process that we oftentimes resist along with change. Hello, I'm Leslie Gadet, and I'm an empowerment coach. I help my clients achieve self-awareness around their emotions so that they can handle the triggers, manage their emotions, and get back to what's important, which is living a more positive life. Now, if you're new to my lives, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. If you've been following me for a while, welcome home. Again, thank you all so much for your support. I really, truly appreciate you. Before you start, I just want to say, it's a hat week for me. I don't know. Lately, I've just been wearing hats a lot. And I don't know why. I just have been attracted to wearing hats. So if you're seeing me with hats, it's just because I'm digging it right now. So as I said, this week I'm focusing on gratitude and being grateful for all that you are and all that you have. But before I get started, let me quickly explain to you what I've got going on behind me. Hello, thank you for joining. This is the triggers cycle. We go through this every day. It's our emotional cycle on repeat, sometimes multiple times a day. And yes, we go through it. There's nothing you can do. It's just going to happen. So I want you to wrap your head around that and know that you're going to go through this at some point in your day today. It could be once. I said it could be multiple times. So what is this? Well, the trigger cycle is a series of events, right? A series of things that happen. So the trigger is an event that happens, and what that trigger does is it evokes an emotion, in turn fuels that emotion. Then our emotions drive our response, right? The things that we say and we do, how we show up when we are triggered emotionally. That brings us down here, our actions, right? The response. It provides our reward, meaning what's our reward? Well, it's positive or negative. So positive is when you are really self-aware of yourself, you understand what triggers are, you understand your own and what triggers you, and how you typically used to, or maybe how you still emotionally show up, but you're able to stop yourself and make better decisions on how you show up when you are triggered, right? And so how you respond and the things that you say and you do, you're able to do that with a little bit more clarity and focus and just better decisions. Now, the flip side to that is negative. Hello, hello. Yes, we all are triggered daily. It's a daily occurrence. There's nothing we can do. So now the negative reward, well, what does that mean? Well, it means you're triggered. You have a response, meaning you have an emotion that's been evoked, then it gets fueled. And what you say and do is typically negative. So that means somebody in the process got hurt by something that you said or you did, or you could have done something where you actually are working on something. Maybe it's in your professional place, in the workplace, right? And you've shown up badly in what you've said or done. And those relationships, let me tell you, really difficult to mend, okay? Now you have people in your life who have that emotional connection to you, right? Your family, your friends, people who love and support and really care about you. They know you deeply. And so they know you and how you are wired emotionally, and most times will be okay with you coming back and apologizing for how you've reacted. But those professional relationships, that's what I'm talking about. When you're in the workplace and you have an emotional meltdown, because that can happen, right? We get triggered because we're overwhelmed, stressed, maybe pushed to the limit. And so you say or do something that is not so favorable in the workplace, and you have to try to go back and fix those relationships. That you might get a pass once or twice for, but if that's your normal MO, at some point, you're gonna have a harder time mending those relationships, and that's gonna be really uncomfortable for you, right, in the workplace. So it's really better for you to become more aware of how this happens, how this works in your life. So you get a better handle on this piece, which is where you have the control, so that when you are in those situations, you make better decisions in how you respond, how you show up. Now, I also wanted to say, just because those people who are in your immediate circle, your tight-knit circle, your friends and family who know and love you and support you, those relationships can be damaged as well. So you really still need to be super aware of how this works in your life, even with the people in your home life, because at some point someone's going to say to you, look, yeah, I know that's how you were always responding in the past, but I can't take this anymore. You know where I'm going with this? You really want to be better aware of how you are showing up, even in your own personal life, so you make better decisions on how you show up when you respond. So now, some triggers could be the anniversary date of loss or trauma, a scary news event, maybe family friction, end of a relationship, whether personal or professional, isolation, overwhelm, maybe you've been judged or criticized growing up, and financial problems. Now, I want you to understand a little bit deeper real quick. Triggers have triggers. You want to know why? Because personal triggers are based on our own, internal triggers are based on our own experiences, right? So those are things that we grew up, we're born, we have experiences, we have feelings, we attach those feelings to that event, we file that away as a memory. That is what I'm talking about, your internal trigger. So something happens, so say it's an anniversary date of something that happened, loss or trauma, or maybe judged or criticized. Now what happens? An external trigger comes along, meaning you grew up and you were judged or criticized, and that stung, right? And now, so in the workplace, for example, or even a family friend or family member or friend could say something to you about something that you're doing and maybe have an opinion, or maybe have some kind of advice, word of advice. And instead of you taking that positively as a constructive feedback to help you maybe grow in that area, you will take that as a personal attack on your character. And so what do? You show up badly in the things that you say and you do. And then what happens is that once you've cooled off, you have to go back and fix and hopefully mend those relationships, right? To say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to have that outburst the way I did. That was how I was feeling. And typically when we are behaving badly and responding that way is because we feel justified in the moment to show up like that. So that's what this is. As I said, it's our emotional cycle on repeat. We go through it daily, sometimes multiple times a day, and there's just nothing you can do about it. It's going to happen. So the best way for you to handle it is by learning how to manage this piece. Now, let's talk about today's topic, which is transformation through gratitude. I'm going to keep this short and sweet because I could go on for days about the importance of gratitude and the benefits. And there are tons of people in the world, even some very famous people. One person in particular, Oprah Winfrey, who swears by gratitude as being the catalyst for a lot of her success, as being a key focus for living their life to the fullest, right? So let's get into it, shall we? I found an article that listed out 10 transformative benefits of gratitude, but I'm only going to share 3 with you. So number 1, improved mental health and well-being. So studies have shown that gratitude effectively increases happiness and reduces depression. Of course, it's an antidote to negative emotions, because when you're focusing on that which you're grateful for, right? Like all that you have, you're not focusing on that which you don't. You're not focusing on the negative. You're not focusing on positive and negative at the same time. Doesn't make you feel good. So if you're focusing on what's going great in your life, all the people in your life that you're thankful for, all the things that are happening to you that you're grateful for, you feel good. It stops you from feeling envy or hostile, towards other people. You're not worried, you're not irritated, you're not taking things for granted because you're focusing on all that you have. So what's the transformation through gratitude in improved mental health and well-being? Well, it keeps you focused on the present because you're focusing on the now, like what you've got now, right? So remember that. Number 2, it helps you focus on positive experiences. Now, if I asked you right this moment what your top 10 happiest moments in your life have been, you probably could list off at least 5 really quickly, right? And that could include meeting your significant other, maybe your husband, your wife, having your kids. I know that would be a beautiful moment. Meeting, like setting and meeting goals, or taking that dream vacation, or buying that house, maybe getting that dream job, or even starting your own business. Problem is, once those experiences have come and gone, what do? We ever rarely take time in our day to revisit those happy memories, unless, of course, they're brought up in conversation. We typically aren't focused on the good. Because what are we doing? We're focused on the negative. Now, I can say why. One of the things I know is I think a catalyst behind us focusing on negative, because our media outlets have been given such huge reign in what we see visually and hear on a daily basis. Of course, it's going to focus us more on the negative. But what if you brought up for yourself all of the stuff that's going great in your life on a daily basis, bringing yourself to focus on what's good in your life, like past and present, and really take the time to think about how amazing those moments really were. You know, one of the really amazing moments for me, so next month, February 10th, I'm going to be celebrating 24 years of marriage. Wow, right? I can't believe it either. Like, time has flown by. But I remember my wedding day as if it was yesterday. It was one of the most happiest, amazing days of my life. And I love that. And I can pull that into when I'm feeling down, I can pull that memory out and use that to lift up my spirits. So, but the thing is, another thing is, when good things are happening to us, we're often so busy or distracted, especially by negativity, that we don't really fully experience the joy. So here's another transformation through gratitude. Just remind yourself to stop and smell the roses. You know, be grateful for all that you have, and that will give you a really big boost and make your day. So that's number 2. Number 3, gratitude helps you cope with stress. I don't know about you, I don't like stress, but it's a fact of life. It's just a part of life that we all go through. Trauma, stress, negative life events can have a counterintuitive effect on all of us, making us feel more grateful, right? Making a counterintuitive effect of making us feel more grateful. So a study I recently found revealed that in the days after the 9/11 attacks, and I know it's been quite a few years, but they're saying that gratitude was the second most commonly felt emotion after sympathy. Yeah, you know, like you feel down, but you were grateful that not more people died, right? Like, yeah, you were sad for those people that were gone, but you were grateful for those people that made it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? So why is that? Well, most of the time, positive things in our lives are enhanced when something tragic happens to us or around us. So the transformation through gratitude piece in this is, when we are dealing with stress, gratitude can help us cope and process our emotions. Now, if you want to hear the other 7, I'm going to be talking about it tonight in my free Facebook group. I go live every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for a Q&A training session. So that's where I come on and I do a training and Q&A. So if you have questions, you're getting free coaching. So if you have a question and you need something answered and you just need a quick tip, I'm there for you in this Q&A. So if you want to hear more, click on the link. I've put it in the title notes, and I would love to have you there. Remember, you know, there are transformational benefits of being grateful. Number 1, it keeps you focused on the present. Number 2, it reminds yourself to stop and smell the roses. You know, be grateful for all that you have, and that will give you a really big boost and make your day. And number 3, when we're dealing with stress, gratitude can help us cope and process our emotions. So that's it. Like I said, short and sweet, trying to mind the time and be very, very conscious and respectful of your time, because I know you guys are all busy. So I appreciate, though, that you were all on watching today, whether it's live or watching it back. And again, if you are new, I am so excited to have you. And if you are a repeat listener, I just want to say thank you so much for your continued support, because I really, truly appreciate you. Remember to navigate your day with an attitude of gratitude, because with the right attitude, it's going to help you, put you in the right mindset for when this happens, when life happens, because this is going to happen. It's going to happen no matter what. You can't get your way out of it. So, you know, just remember that. I'm Leslie Godet, and I'm an empowerment coach. I help my clients achieve self-awareness around their emotions so they can handle the triggers, manage their emotions, and get back to what's really important, which is living a more positive life. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Oh, but if you click on the link, I'll see you tonight, right? All right, talk to you later. Bye for now.